Welcome to everybody from me, Amina at GENOA, and Maitreyi, Yogacharini Maitreyi, who's an international master teacher, practical mystic, and founder of Arkaya Awareness Center and Arkaya Foundation. For the last 25 years, she's been dedicated to sharing and teaching mindfulness, traditional Tantra, and expansive life principles. Her grandfather was her first guru, and then she studied and served in the Shivananda and Ananda ashram for many years. So with a warm welcome and lots of love and light, I welcome Maitreyi from Arkaya.
Thank you, Jeremina, for having me here, and also Kin for putting this together. So as Amina was saying, we met in a tree identifying group in Vancouver. That's how we met, which was quite delightful. So today I'm going to start off with very simple practices and also connecting it with our love for plants and our love for cultivation. So if you look at the principles of permaculture, it's very, very similar to the principles of yoga. And the first aspect of permaculture is the sense of observation and interaction, observation and connection, which is also the foundation of yoga, the foundation of healing. So we're going to do a very simple practice, and then we'll have some introductions afterwards. So the first mudra I'm going to teach you is the Jyoti Mudra. This is a mudra I really love, so I teach it quite often. There'll be other mudras also I teach. And Jyoti means inner illumination. So sometimes this is also called the Hakini Mudra or the Jyoti Mudra. So Jyoti is inner illumination, like I was saying. So the tips of the fingers are touching, and please rest your forearms on the thighs and keep your eyes closed for a moment. Be aware of how you're sitting and get into this habit of observation or self-observation, to be more specific in the yogic path. How is your body feeling this morning? For some of you, it's afternoon. For me and myself, for Amina and myself, it's 8 p.m. Vancouver. Simply be present to how your body is feeling. How is your root resting on the earth? We're doing a sitting practice. So even if you're sitting on the chair, you can still do this. You don't need yoga mats. Most of the healing practices in yoga can just be energetic, breath work, pranic work as well. Now bring your awareness to your toes and the soles of your feet. So if you're sitting in a cross-legged position, simply be aware, or if you're sitting with your feet on the floor, be aware of the connection with the earth. And in a step-by-step manner, let's just scan the body, being aware of the lower legs, feet and lower legs, knees and thighs. Just be present to how our body is feeling, starting with the entire legs. Now moving to the pelvic area. And bring your awareness not just to the surface of your pelvis, but inside. Mind is like a beautiful scanner. Be present to your abdomen and take your awareness inside of your abdomen. What's happening there? What's going on there in this moment? Be present to your lower, mid, upper back. And go an inch deeper into your back. What's going on there for you? Be present to your torso, entire torso, your chest. And let your awareness go inside your body. Space inside of your body. Now bring your awareness to your palms and fingers and how they're touching. And once again, apply this principle of Karuna Sakshi Bhava. Karuna, compassion. Sakshi Bhava is witnessing. This capacity to observe. And many of us, because of modern life, distractions, social media, fast pace of life, we've forgotten this capacity to observe. We may see, we may scan, we may go through things quickly, we may vegetate and lose ourselves in TV or some kind of entertainment. This capacity for true observation is lost. And there are yogic ways to observe or yogic guidelines to observe, which truly facilitate healing. And I'll spell them out later. But for now, let's just be present to the sensations between the palms and the fingers. And this would be the second principle of permaculture. How do we harness energy? So that's also a very yogic principle in terms of, first, how do we connect or observe and connect to the energy in us? And then how do we increase that energy? How do we harness the energy? First, let's just observe the sensation between the palms and fingers. And do it in a relaxed manner. Relaxed we are, the better we'll be able to observe it. So let's take a few deep breaths. Relax the body to relax the mind. Breathing in through the nose. Expanding the lower mid-upper chest. And we'll whoosh out. Shh. Breathing in. Expanding, expanding. Whooshing out through the mouth with the lips pouted. Shh. Breathing in. Nice deep, deep, deep breath. And release. Shh. And just be present to how our body is feeling. Bringing our awareness back to the fingers, back to the palms. And let your awareness move upwards. Your wrists, your lower arms, elbows, upper arms. Just be aware of this entire region. Be aware of your shoulders and shoulder blades. See if you can just sit, relaxing your shoulders, pushing open your shoulder blades a bit. And start to release or make any cathartic sounds. You can be as loud or soft as you want. And bring your awareness to the point where your neck meets the shoulders. Be aware of that point and how that is feeling. Is it tight? Is it relaxed? And take a few breaths, make a few sounds. Release what you're shouldering. We're going to be working on the back. The back literally holds the backlog of all that is unresolved. Maybe there's an unresolved relationship from the past. Maybe there's unresolved emotions, that were put in the back burner and therefore creating back pain. This back and vertebral column, the spinal cord, is given a lot of importance in yogic healing. There's a saying, we're as young as our spine. So just be aware of not just the shoulders now, or the point where the neck meets the shoulders, but your entire back. And let's take a few breaths, opening that back, lengthening that back just a little bit. You're slouching, just open your chest, lengthen the back, breathe in. Nice deep, deep, deep breath. Either whoosh or sigh or make any sound. I'm just making the whoo sound. So get creative, tune into your body, observe, interact, breathe in, and allow your body to make whatever sound it needs. Now I'm just whooshing, breathe in. Do whatever your body needs. Use your mouth to release. And come back to the point where your shoulder meets the neck on either side. Your neck is a bit forward. I've also started getting a little zoom neck. My neck is constantly jutted forward to type or look at people on the screen. So see if you can just sit a little back where your neck feels more in alignment with your shoulders, not too jutted forward. And bring your awareness to the tip of your chin. Again, this is a way of getting sensitized to prana. And the more sensitized we become to prana or energy, the more we can generate it. Otherwise, we can have a lot of energy loss, energy drain, and not even realize our energy is being lost. Just be aware of the tip of the chin and see if you can feel any tingling there. If you're sensitized, then you might feel some movement in your jaws as well. Focus is just on the tip of the chin. By function of that gentle focus, you somehow gently release all the tightness the jaw is holding. It's fascinating to see how our body is so interconnected. Now bring your awareness to the tip of your nose. What are the sensations? Do you feel any tingling there? Sometimes people feel their nose larger than it is, like Pinocchio's. So if that happens, that's normal. Just be present to it. Just enjoy the sensations. Be aware of your entire face and head. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Expanding your lower, mid, upper chest, front, side, back, and release. Breathing in. Feeling your chest expand like a balloon from bottom to top. And release. Breathing in. Expanding, expanding, expanding. And release. Now gently rub your palms. Place them on your eyes. Just be aware of this nice soothing sensation. The mudra we're using is called the sparsha mudra, conscious loving touch. We're going to learn some very simple yet gentle practices where we touch different aspects of ourselves, not only with the palms, but we can touch with our sight, we can touch with our intention. And when it's a soft gaze, then it's a loving touch. You can look at a loved one with a soft gaze. That also sends prana or life force or energy. Or with the mind, that also sends prana or life force or energy. And gently pat the eyes a little bit. We're still not opening the eyes, but just go across your face, just gently soothing. As we do this, we're also turning the focus inwards, cultivating inner side or inside, soothing, activating the pineal and pituitary glands, and gently relax the palms. And welcome back. It's a little centering practice. Maybe before we start, for those of you who are here, I'd love to know where you're tuning in from and just a little bit about yourself, maybe your name, which eco-village you're from, so I can, kind of get introduced. You can unmute yourself and share. And also, if you have any specific requests, maybe you have something going on in your system. I think at least 3 people were talking about this, being in a city, being busy. So one of the tools in yogic healing for a busy mind. So I'm just going to talk or give you a little bit of a concept so that you understand why I'm choosing these practices as we go forward. So there are 3 gunas or qualities in yoga. So one quality is tamas, which is this quality of inertia or dullness. It's like when we're being a couch potato. We have no other energy. Gail was saying, I'm so exhausted that I just have, I just doze off to sleep. So which is fine. That's what our body needs. And in that moment, the rest and regeneration is very, very important. But that's also because we've overstretched our system. So it's important to be observant and see where our body is at. And also depending on different states or different times of the day, our body will be in different states. But predominantly, if you look at your life, you can say, is it a tamasic lifestyle, which means, am I eating a lot of tamasic foods, which is heavy foods, fried foods, red meats, all of that is very tamasic. So I'm just giving you a basic overview. Then we have rajas, this guna or quality of rajas or agitation. And somehow modern life kind of glorifies this busyness. So we're constantly busy, constantly running from place to place. And the busier a person is, the more tighter their schedule is, somehow the more self-important everybody feels. And in India, I was like that too. My schedule was really packed. Even in yoga, I'm not even talking about school. Yes, school was totally packed. Then you had extracurricular activities. Then you had this. You had to be an overachiever. Everybody who's Asian here will understand, the pressure that, families put on their kids. But even after I started yoga, unfortunately, I took those same patterns into my yogic lifestyle. And I said, something is not fitting here. It's not. So as part of an ashram, and we used to work from morning to night, because there is that ethos of just being busy. So when we have these rajas, also sometimes the body can't be still because there's this constant, unless we are thinking, unless the mind is engaging, we feel that, we're not worthy of existing. So somehow that conditioning is there. And then there is that sattva, that state of still aliveness. So to move from this space of tamas to rajas and sattva, the best thing that we can do is movement meditation, which means we use the principles of kriya to actually meditate rather than try to sit still. So from going or forcing the body to sit still is not the best method at all. So I'm glad all of you shared. So we're going to do a lot of this movement meditation going forward. So first, what we're going to do is do the Meru Danda Kriya. Now, a Kriya is any action for the purpose of purification. And Meru Danda or Brahma Danda is the vertebral column. So what we're going to do is bring awareness to the vertebral column. You can't see my full body, but my hands are placed on my ankles. And sitting, if you're cross-legged, but if you're sitting on a chair, just place them on the thighs. So just keep them on the thighs. So breathing in, we are lengthening the vertebral column. Breathing out, around the shoulders, around the back, around the neck. Breathing in, sitting up straight. And breathing out, we simply relax. So that's all the movement is. So breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, rounding, breathing in, opening the chest and lengthening, breathing out, coming back to neutral. So let's do this together. Breathe in. Be aware of every muscle in your back. Observe, interact with your body, reconnect to your body. Breathe out. Round the shoulders, round the back, round the neck. Breathing in, sitting up. And breathing out. Breathing in. Lengthen, lengthen from the base right up to the top of the head. Breathe out. Round the shoulders, round the back, round the neck. Breathing in, sitting up straight. Chest open, shoulders relaxed. And breathing out, neutral. Breathing in through the nose, lengthening. Breathing out, rounding the shoulders, rounding the back, rounding the neck. Breathing in, sitting up. Breathing out. Continue keeping the eyes closed and just be present to how your back is feeling, how your posture is feeling. And at least for the time that you were moving, I'm sure there weren't as many thoughts as when you were sitting still. So the movement practice, all the kriyas are excellent to purify the mind from this restlessness. And this innate restlessness or this conditioned restlessness can be due to various reasons. Maybe we have a lot of rajasic friends. Rajas is this quality of restlessness. Maybe we're watching too many rajasic TV programs. Maybe we're eating too many rajasic foods. Maybe too much coffee, too much tea, too many stimulants, too much sugar, too much cigarettes. So any stimulant we take also overactivates the nervous system. So there can be many factors in our life that create this rajas or put us into a predominantly rajasic mood. And a wonderful way of dealing with it is to practice these kriyas. So we'll do this Brahmadanda Kriya 3 more rounds. Breathe in. Be aware of your back all the way up. Breathe out, round the shoulders, round the back, round the neck. Breathing in. Nice open chest. Breathing out. Nice whoosh. Breathe in. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathe out. Round the shoulders, round the back, round the neck. Breathing in. Sitting up tall. Breathing out. Pushing out. Breathing in. Last time. And breathing out. Round the shoulders, round the back, round the neck. Breathing in. Sitting up, opening the chest, and breathing out. And once again, take a moment just to be aware of how your back is feeling, how your body's feeling. Excellent practice to release ourselves from rajas and tamas also. So it's difficult to sleep when we're doing the Brahma Danda or the Meru Danda Kriya. Brahma, as you know, those of you from India, the creative principle. Danda is stick. So we're walking this beautiful earth, or the creator is walking this beautiful earth through our vertebral column. That's what this means. Now gently open your eyes, have a sip of water. So I'm going to encourage you to drink lots of water during this session. Hydrate, detoxify. And we're going to do a little bit of the churning of the ocean. Just think like your body or your Brahmadanda is the churning rod. And then we're moving in a clockwise direction, like you're churning the ocean. Now, there are many stories, again, those of you Indian would have heard the story of the churning of the ocean, which is a beautiful symbolism or beautiful analogy for churning the unconscious mind. And it's fascinating when you see all these stories, how thousands and thousands of years ago, they had the same analogy that modern psychologists have for the unconscious. Usually you'll find in modern psychology, they'll depict a mountain and then the tip of the mountain, just a little bit is the conscious mind. Everything else is submerged. And that's all the subconscious, unconscious mind. Now start getting wider and wider, making this churning deeper, wider into your body. And taking nice deep breaths. I'm speaking so you can't hear me bush out. But take breaths more than I do. And as we churn the ocean of our unconscious, all these old, unresolved trauma and conditioning can also come to the surface. So this is our journey. This is our healing journey. Be able to see all those things that are buried deep inside, but to bring it into a safe space and embrace it and transform it. Now go even wider. See how wide you can go. Almost doubling up. Right, going back. And enjoying this movement. We also learn to savor our body, savor our breath. Now, this is a very, very important aspect of Tantra. Here, when I came to the West, I stopped using the word Tantra because it has so many other connotations. It's basically enjoying or savoring the tangible, not negating it, not thinking we have to be ascetic, but refining the senses rather than going into an ascetic lifestyle. Now retrace in an anti-clockwise direction and taking it wide. You're already in that nice wide roll. You can keep the eyes closed and just start moving that spiral, turning back, still keeping a nice straight churning rod or Brahmadanda. Nice vertebral column. Remembering to breathe. And taking your time, coming back to the center. And once you've come back to the center, just sit still and observe how your body is, how these nice, beautiful, energetic spirals you've created. Those of you who are doing this at night, observe your dreams, because we've churned this unconscious a little bit. And the story of the churning of the ocean, many beautiful things come to the surface. Forces, which means speed. When we consciously churn and do the inner work, our evolution actually speeds up. or the kalpa vriksha, wish-fulfilling trees. Even Mother Lakshmi, or the aspect of abundance, comes to the surface. And sometimes even hala hala, or poison, which is toxins, or when we detox, then we can have a detox reaction. So drink lots of water, give yourself lots of sleep in case you get a slight headache after some time. That's just a detox reaction. I'm just keeping the eyes closed. We're going to do a few breaths. Breathing in, expand, 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 and breathing out, whooshing out. Breathing in, expand, expand, and whoosh out with lips pouted. Breathing in, and whooshing out. Once again, take a moment. So the breath we just did is called the Sukha Vastrika. Sukham, comfort. Vastrika, bellows, that the goldsmith or the ironsmith uses to stoke the fire. So when we whoosh out, we're literally stoking our internal fire. So it could be the digestive fire. It could be this capacity to move things in our system. If we feel stagnant or stuck, maybe a thought process is not moving, ideas are not flowing, we feel stuck with our lives. On any level, if you feel stuck, Sukha Vastrika is a wonderful practice to feel unstuck, as the name indicates. There are other Vastrikas also, but I won't teach it to a general fast. Those can be quite intense. Sukham, as the name indicates, comfortable Vastrikas. So at the beginning, it's better to be comfortable rather than overdo. So we'll do 3 more Sukha Vastrikas now that we know how it's impacting us. Breathe in. Expand, expand. Think of an area of your life that you want to get unstuck from. Release it out into the light. Breathe in. Expand, expand, expand. Breathing in. Expand, expand. And whoosh out. Beautiful. And come back to observing the body, observing the breath. So whenever you feel a sitting meditation or a meditative practice is not your cup of tea, you can always do these kriyas. We did the Meru Danda or the Brahma Danda kriya. Again, it'll take us only 3 minutes to do it. So you don't have to dedicate too much time for those of you who are beginners and can't go to a full class, a full healing session. Then even as you're walking or moving or doing housework, you're cooking, you can do the Sukha Vastrikas, breathing in through the nose, whooshing out. So you're moving with awareness, releasing any pent-up emotion, releasing anything that feels stuck. So if you're constipated, it's really good. And let's do last 3 breaths of the Sukha Vastrika. Breathe in, expand, 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 and whoosh out through the mouth. Lips pouted, breathe in, expand, 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 and whoosh out. One last time, breathe in, expand, expand, and release. Beautiful. Now gently open your eyes, have a sip of water, and we learn one last kriya. So we have just a few tools, but usually I'll ask people to practice for 21 days. And that's why I'm not giving you like a full assignment. I'm just giving you 2 things to do for 3 minutes each. That's all I'll ask you to do, and I'll put it together in the end. So have a sip of water, and we'll take about 3 minutes to use the restroom. I want your bowels to be nice and clear. And your bladder to be clear. So take a moment, hydrate, and come now. Go to the washroom and come back. So just to recap, we did the Merudanda Kriya, the vertebral column. Then we did the Samudra Manthan, this nice churning of the ocean Kriya, which churns the unconscious mind. The Sukha Bastrika. Now we'll do the last bit, which is the Jyoti Kriya. And at the end, I'll just have 5 minutes. But I think it's till 9. We have 10 more minutes. Time just flies. So the Jyoti Kriya, we bring our palms connected to each other and place them on rest them on our thighs. And breathing in, you can notice what I'm doing first. I bring my arm up and behind like I'm holding a nice beach ball. And breathing out, I bring it back down, my forearms resting on my thighs. So that's the whole movement. It's a very, very simple Kriya. And as the name indicates, it allows for inner illumination. So we can observe ourselves better. So we'll start together. Breathe in. Bring your arms all around you like angel wings, protecting your entire pranic field, going up and behind. Breathing out. Bringing it back down. Breathing in. Bring your palms up and behind. And breathing out. Breathing in, up, all the way up with soft angel wings, and behind, breathing out. Continue resting your arms or forearms on your thighs, and just be present to the sensations between the palms and fingers now. So we looked at the first 2 principles of permaculture and how similar they are to the yogic principles. All of them you can apply. But for today's time, I think the first 2 are quite pertinent. This capacity to observe ourselves, engage with all aspects of ourselves, body, emotions, energy, mind, and our universal principles. And it's beautiful how these rishis or sages, or I like to call them the ancient researchers, they're very technical in classifying different bodies we have. So they said we have a physical body called the Annamaya Kosha. Anu means cell. So we have the cellular body. Then we have the pranamaya kosha, the pranic field, which extends about arm's length. This nice biomagnetic energy, life force energy. Then we have the manomaya kosha, or the mind field. So these three personal fields, we want to create alignment between these three personal fields. Otherwise, we know what happens when there's inner conflict, when there's no teamwork. The head wants something, heart wants something else, body's just reaching for the chocolate cake. Sometimes with me. And I'm like, oh, there's so many things to deal with. My body just needs a little extra energy or sugar. So I don't keep chocolate cake in my fridge because of that, but I have healthy alternatives. So we find ways where even if the body is craving something, can we give it a more sattvic alternative? So we learn to work with our body, learn to work as a team, where if the mind decides, yes, I want a more sattvic lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, how do I facilitate that and get the body and mind, the emotions to work as a team with the mind? And this Jyoti Kriya is a beautiful practice. Facilitate that, create that connection, create that engagement and healthy communication flow. So let's do this 3 more times. Breathe in. Nice soft arms going all the way up and behind. Breathing out. Soft arms coming down. Breathe in. Clearing your pranic field, going all the way up and behind. Breathing out. Prabhastrika. Breathing in. Nice deep breathing, soft arms up and behind. And releasing. And rest your forearms. And just feel this connection again between your palms and fingers. So this beautiful Jyoti Kriya, inner illumination Kriya, not only aligns the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya Kosha, but also aligns our cosmic fields. Yes, we need cohesiveness, we need good teamwork between these 3 areas or fields or bodies we have. But we also have certain universal fields. Now, what are those fields? Fourth one is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Again, you don't have to remember the Sanskrit names, just the translations are good. Jnanam is wisdom, and Vijnanam is great wisdom. So this is the great wisdom field, and when we're tapped in, when we're aligned, it's almost like the internet, just better. Where internet, we can only download information, but here we can download wisdom. And then we have the Anandamaya Kosha, this bliss field. So when we're again aligned, we feel this innate joy, not because we have something or because we've achieved something. That is our natural state. So let's do this Jyoti Kriya 3 more times. Breathing in, knowing that this Jyoti Kriya aligns all these fields. Breathing out, bringing it down. Breathing in, knowing that we are worthy of living in our full expansiveness. We don't have to live small or pretend we're just the body. Breathe out. Breathe in, embracing all these bodies we have. Arms go up and behind. And breathing out. Now bring your awareness back to the palms. back to the fingers. And see if this impulse between your palms and fingers is increased, this energy there. We're saying how we want to enhance energy, harness energy, as with permaculture. So see if you've observed an enhancement of the sensation. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths to integrate this into our system. Breathe in. Expand, expand, expand. Push open that rib cage. We haven't used those lungs for a long time. Breathe out. Shh. Breathe in. Push open the rib cage, front, sides, back. Yes, the back also can expand. And release. Shh. Breathing in. Expanding, expanding, expanding. And whooshing up. Shh. And bringing your awareness back to the palms, back to the fingers. Keeping the eyes closed, gently place it on your heart, your palms on your heart. Connecting to your heart. Now take one palm and place it on your navel. One is on the heart, one is on the navel. We create or send energy to these 2 areas. The navel is how we are first nourished. We're connecting to our mothers through the umbilical cord. We're floating in this sea of nourishment, the amniotic fluid. We don't have to do anything. We just have to relax and float, and we're nourished. So these practices also help us float in the Hiranyagarbha, this beautiful cosmic womb. And just by being, we can absorb this nourishment. These practices also facilitate that. So we'll take a moment, just a few seconds, to allow for that to take place naturally. And also connect to this inner child. Again, we may have layers and layers of trauma. This is not the space to deal with all of it. At least you know you've started this communication, where you want to be in contact, you want to interact, you want to soothe this inner child. Just be present to the mantra and chanting. Om. Samasta Sukhina Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at peace. May we be happy. Gently rub your palms. Take a moment and place them on your eyes. And gently relax the palms. Just shake your body out a little bit if you feel there's some tension in the shoulders, get some looseness. Just play around, get a nice playful kind of wobbling into your whole body and push out.